Hello, folks, and welcome to something that's probably out of date by the time this releases. The Quasimorph 0.8.5 beta. I need to remember to put this in the description. Like in the, in the heading of the video, I need to mark this separate to the rest. So an update's after coming out. There's meant to be a wipe, but this is still here. Oh, fucking hell. Never. I won't go that low, but... Ugh. Customize. Ooh, random. Back.
The history of humanity is written in tears.
Skip it. Okay, return on comms tag. So there has been some changes to this. I'll read out the changelog. Almost 200 new items, 3 new asteroids with 10 new stations. Each new extended track for the first phase of the Martian Bram Factura when Mars is still sleeping. New room presets. General wipe in full capital letters. The engine has been updated to Unity 2022.3.50 Structure some item types have been reworked. Interactions have been unified. Structure and generation of units and their equipment has been reworked. The enemy AI has been overhauled. The mechanics of squad leaders patrolling the area and changing fire modes has been added. Enemies now have a visual indicator when they have noticed some noise. The way some enemies are rendered has been reworked. The new rendering method will allow more combinations of items and weapons to be displayed on different types of opponents. Mechanics for selecting the behavior of allies has now been added via right mouse button on an ally. Eating food in the arsenal screen on Magnum is now allowed with an operative selected. Not sure why you'd want to eat before you even go in. Maybe it's to be pre-full? Faction barter is now allowed with an empty exchange stash. Now the character will stop moving with any input command. There is apparently gamepad support, work in progress, intermediate version. New option settings. Reset to defaults for each section of settings. Fixes. Scavengers didn't bring armor after a raid. Splitting stacks and unloading ammo moved items to a running item recycler on Magnum. Increased incoming damage from wounds was not applied to mobs. Action points were not restored after exiting an elevator. Displayed item prices in item cost statistics window. Numerous pathfinding fixes for the player and enemies. Magnum engine light missing in intro scene. Glass did not break from gunfire in some cases. reward items with an expiration date uh, were given already expired. So some changes. Weird he's not here. It's been a while since I've played. You really do want to do the tutorial so you can get additional stuff. Because I want to say me now versus me then. It's a lot less geared. I'm going to help out Planet Bridge, as while they're the more powerful of the two, they're also given the easier mission. Human leather? Leather armor. Just gives you 2 cut resistance. Jesus Christ. Run around wearing people. Yeah, that's new. Security service specialists are the watchdogs of their corporations, willing to go to great lengths to not have to hunch over assembly lines or descend deep into the ground in mining stations. Okay, Arbiter. Bobby. Cargo pants. Glory boots. This is new. Pierce. Cut. Shock. No resistance to beam or blunt and reduced to cold. But it does give cut resist unlike my current thing. Enlightened. Those who are made to work for their salvation and revelation. Hessen. Armored workwear. New Year's hat. I am actually recording this the day this was released, and this thing was released on Christmas Day. I got a bit of time here, so I decided, hey, I'm gonna go play a bit. Hope you had a good day, folks. We did. We had a good one. Planning on streaming tomorrow? We're thinking of doing it today, but decided, fuck it. We'll stream a bit tomorrow instead. Just trying to figure out what to play, though. There's so little Christmas games, you know? Kind of felt like it should be something to fit the season, but... fucking hell, it's kind of hard to find one, you know? Anyway. Low-wage workers make up the largest group of employees in mining and production plants. Those might be new, and they're not half bad. got to be done by now. Huh. Reduce cold resist, but actually protects against blunt. Okay, there's an option to just like straight up amputate. Urban monkey. Not a fan. Bloodhound. Strike. Oh, next to no condition on that. The one issue with restarting this is it will mean that I won't have any of the upgrades I've come to get used to, which really sucks. Wow, I think this has gotten a buff. 12 pierce resist. No cover resist, but 6 blunt, poison and beam. Ooh, stabilize wound. That's new. I can just randomly amputate my own wounds. Fuck you, I was looting. Didn't mean to move. Oh yeah, these are new. 10% friction chance. Stabilize wound, heals fractures, fixes synthetic garments, plastic armored spacesuit, -5 condition. All new on that. Cloth, plastic, composite, industrial. Heals piercing cuts. 10% infection, 10%. I think this has gotten better. 70%. And gives regen. That's a hell of an improvement. Guten Tag. Guten goodbye. Sunshades. Frostman. Corpseman, military medium metal jacket, or medium metal armor. Balaclava, Corpseman. It gives minimum cut resist, no shock, but does give 10 to pierce and blunt. That's an improvement. This is an improvement, though it is worse on cut. Hmm. Like, I don't have access to a shuttle to put stuff in now, and I can't do this and that, so it sucks. And I can't call down a drop pod and stuff. It's all stuff I have to unlock. Cursed rags. Tran exam? Okay. Syphilis wound, pierce cuts, regen. It's like a weaker bandage. He moves static. Military cap. Vimes. I'm using the computer. Lens. Oh, the clown mask. One sec. Need to move my arm. Oh, this is a rougher mission than I was hoping for. Pretty good fire resist. Much worse fire resist. Prison synthetic garment. Gives 2 cut, cold, and shock resist. 1, 2. Ugh. Cleared. I'd love to grab the armorer's box, but I can't justify it. I went in without food. I forgot. Like, I have a prep out. I had like a prep system in my head when I played before. Like, I would grab bandages, food, this, that. But it's been so long since I played, I completely forgot. I barely remembered how to play. Ooh. A piece of flesh. Furuncle. 20% infection chance. -5 regen for 1 turn. Heals, fills you 300 cows. Increases Quasimorph by 100. Spells after 2 days. Finally. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to hit off the mic. Hoping I'll find some food on someone. Cannot eat. Laser repair kit. Ooh, that's new. Not eating human. Symbol. I'll eat that. Shit. Ooh, I remember liking this gun. I'll take it. It does a better... Okay, it has lesser pierce and blunt, but it does give cut resist. So I would have resistance against everything. That's nice. Like the... As I view it, all the base damage types, you know? Then again, that it does seem so much better. Meh. Lemon juice, Cinta juice, gives 1 regen for 5 turns. Or 5 action points, I should say. And it gives 350 cows. Oh. Mission complete, evac. Machete. 1, 2. Just keep stopping and restarting. Ooh, a bandage, rack, and sorbent. Okay, I can just... Fuck. I didn't mean to do that. Okay, this whole patrol thing is really unsettling because you'll just like walk into a cleared place and you'll walk right into an enemy. There's no. It makes it harder to establish safe zones because merely waiting in a place can make it dangerous. Hell yeah. Okay, this was very generous, like initial reward. Are these really all the factions? I thought there was more. Civil Resistance also doesn't really dislike us, probably because we skipped that one mission. Okay, now they're giving more stuff and being much more generous. Okay, SBN does have energy weapons. I don't think they did before. Yeah, they. I don't think they did before. How's Dilate looking? I think they're looking a little pared down. No idea if there's anything new there. It's... Oh? Oh, nice. Um, there's just a lot of items there. It's hard to keep track. Hmm. Well, I already have some of the stuff for this, which is nice. Huh. Here's a follow-up one straight off. That's new. Oh, and also here's some new ones. Tingles and I have to go to.
We'll leave it the way it is and wait for us to come back home. Roger. Out.
Ancom property. Okay.
You are go for the orbit. Roger. In.
Remember, folks, one man's she belongs in a psych ward. It's another man's she's all I ever wanted. Uh, They've brought us our intellectual property. Great. But a representative here and deliver it to them. Uh, yeah, no. Can buy a pistol from here. Acid, biowaste tank, thermal container. Oh, goddamn. Oh, that's a trade-off. Do you want an extra 3 slot, an extra 6 slots, or do you want the servo arm? Speeds up reload and is an extra slot. I'm sorry, but an extra 6 slots is too much task. Good work, mercenary. If you need contracts, we regularly distribute them through SBN. Wait, what was his name? Hey, folks. Fine. Monster.professor.name. Professor Monster. Yeah, that sounds about right. Just give me one sec. It's 25 minutes past 8 in the night, and the neighbors are still assaulting their place. They've just been they pound away in there. It's really frustrating. Like, I'm at the other side of my house. There's walls and doors in between, and I can still hear them. It's not like they're above me, they're to the side, and I can hear them. I was going to go into them the other day, but time what didn't work out. Wouldn't go into them on Christmas, though. But if they can't quieten down, I'm going to have to fucking go in regardless. Internet's being very slow for some reason. I was just trying to look up, see if Professor Monster, if they aren't a Common Rider villain. No, I was right. Professor Monster is a Common Rider villain. No, he's not a Common Rider villain. He's a Spider-Man villain. The Tokusatsu Spider-Man villain. Professor Monster. He's the leader of the Iron Cross Army. There was back during the 80s. It was either late 70s, early 80s. There was, you know, Kamen Rider. You know Power Rangers, yeah? That's a tokusatsu. Well, Spider-Man went to Japan. Marvel had tried multiple times to get Spider-Man to take off in Japan, and it didn't work. So at one stage, they had people over there trying to make a Japanese Spider-Man, and they came up with a tokusatsu Spider-Man. The Marvel execs didn't like it. They didn't like it. They thought it differed too much from their Spider-Man. But as the story goes, oh, what's the guy? Excelsior. He did all those cameos. Him. Whatever his name is. He was there, and he believed in Tokusatsu Spider-Man, and it's the reason why we got it made. He gave the go-ahead to it because he was a viewpoint like, look, we're not making it in this market. This is something different. Yes, it might have a chance. Well, I'm assuming that's his logic, but he also felt that it still held true to the essence of Spider-Man. While it was different, it held true to who Spider-Man was as a person, you know? That's how the story goes. But yeah, there was a Tokusatsu Spider-Man. It's very different from uh, Peter Parker. He's not Peter Parker. He's a Japanese guy. His father was like interested in astrogeology, astroarchaeology. I can't remember what it was, but basically the father was going to go on a dig. But well, he was going to, I think a comet falls or something. And no, wait. I'm trying to remember the order of events. It's been like a year or more. But he's going to investigate something, and either a thing collides with the Earth then, or it collides with the Earth afterwards. But the main guy gets out of it. It's like, hey, there's going to be a bike race coming up. I want to go to it. And the father's like, ah, sure, go on. But he starts hearing a voice as he's leaving that morning calling him. And so he starts biking after it. And he ends up at the dig where the father is. And as he's running into the father, like encountering the father, lunatics appear and kill him in front of him. Then they attack him, and he's injured and falls into a cave in the ground. I think the a thing had collided with the local force, and that at this point, like before this, that's why the father was there in the first place to investigate. I think that was it, but it's been too long. In the ground, he finds a guy, a man that's been, as we learn, sealed away for centuries. He's from another planet, Planet Spider. He's the last survivor of the place. Everyone else there has died because of the villain of the series. He turned up, killed everyone, and fucked off. This guy had been elsewhere. He has a spaceship. That's the thing that collided with the Earth. His spaceship. He'd when he had initially arrived here during like the feudal era over in Japan, he had sent it off. He tries to have a showdown with the bad guy, and he's winning before the bad guy like sunders the ground and casts him under. Because of like his race is really long lived, so for him being stuck underground has just been stuck under there not for 400 years, but for 40. Still, when the main guy turns up, he's still on his last legs. Um, the main guy is heavily injured, so he gives him this gadget called the Spider Protector, which I think came with a blood transfusion. I'm not sure if he did it as a separate thing or if putting the gadget on gave him the blood, but the blood healed him. Um, he has weird visions of spiders as he dreams, and the gadget shoots out his Spider-Man costume, and it's like zips up on him and everything. It's delightfully campy. But yeah, instead of being bit by a radioactive spider, he gets a blood transfusion from an alien and is given the Spider Protector. After this, Garia, I think was the alien's name, dies. Well, he's reduced to a near-death state. He turns from human into like a house spider. Just, not tiny spider you'd see in a home. Not like an Australian home, but yeah. And he stays with him and communicates with him telepathically. But then, second episode starts and Gary is dead. He just hung around long enough to give him some explanation of his new status and the enemies and whatnot. Like his, spider sense isn't a like I'm under an immediate threat. It's a the bad guys are up to something in the kilometers surrounding me. Like his spider sense is tuned differently. Beyond that, he can summon a bike, I think it is, and then that bike. There, I think there was like three vehicles. He gets a bike, a car, and a mech. Yeah, he gets a mech in this. Apparently, the whole Power Rangers Megazord came from Tokusatsu Spider-Man. Um, so the story goes. It was the first Tokusatsu to do like the mech fights. Um, the banging next door is really distracting. It's constant dull thumping. Sometimes it sounds like the place has a heartbeat. And this is them just going around. They can't close doors without slamming them. They can't walk without stomping. It's really fucking frustrating. But yeah, I think I'm just gonna have to go into them and ask them to knock it off. Much politer than that, of course, but I'm just frustrated. So anyway, what am I saying? Yeah, there was a Tokusatsu Spider-Man who was very different to the Spider-Man we know. Rather than being bit by a radioactive spider, he's given a blood transfusion by an alien from the planet Spider. Um, the blood heals him of his injuries, and he gets the Spider Protector. More than that, he gets yeah, I think he gets a bike. That he starts riding it, but I swear he gets into a car, and the car flies, and it flies into the mech, and then mech like finishes transforming or something. I can't remember what it was, but it was like a multi-stage thing. Um, so yeah, Spider-Man in a mech, and someone apparently stole the suit really early on, so they had to keep reusing a very limited amount of footage for all the mech fights. Sadly, um, that's how again the story went. I don't know if it's true. That's just what's easily available online. So apologies if it is incorrect. But he, like again, the spider senses is different. You've probably seen, Spider-Man, emissary of hell. He also has tons of other names. Like, I think someone posted one where he calls himself like lover of animals and stuff like this. He does different ones depending on his mood or what's going on. There's another. You may have seen a GIF as well of a villainess trying to like pull off his mask, and he just keeps having another one underneath. I remember seeing an extended version of that scene where they hear a shot go off and they look and they see a guy standing on top of a pile and he's like a FDA agent or something that has a grudge against the Iron Cross Army. And I think it's actually one of the riders, the common riders. Because the guy that actually did Tokusatsu Spider-Man is the dude behind Kamen Rider, is Shinomori. He did Kamen Rider, he did a ton of things. Lots of Tokusatsu as far as I remember. I do highly recommend Kamen Rider. It's a fantastic series. Sadly, never got to see Kuga, but I think he would have been quite happy with it. Like, he worked on it, but I'm not sure how much he got to see of it, you know? He died before the first episode came out. So I'm not sure how much of the show, like, they could have finished the show before it even started releasing, you know? You could have been, spitballing Agato, the series after Kuga, for all I know. But so like I don't know how far it is, but yeah, Kuga's a great show. You may have seen a Kamen Rider like straddling a guy punching the shit out of him. People have posted that gif around a bit, like he tackles dude out a window and starts beating the shit out of him. Yeah, Kuga's great. He's like a puppy, but when that fight comes along, he's like reached the edge, like the end of his patience with the enemies. That villain of the week drove multiple teens to suicide. Kamen Rider does not pull punches. It does not pull punches. Like I'm just like trying to think of like shows I've seen over here as a kid where they outright say like, yes, this person was driven to suicide. I can't think of anything, not in live action. And like it can be cheesy or campy, but still, like I can't think of anything like that that I would have seen as a kid. It's a lot heavier of a thing than you like. It's so campy you don't want to say it's heavy, but it's a lot heavier than you think it's gonna be. But yeah, Professor Monster anyway was the bad guy in charge of Tokusatsu Spider-Man. He was the head honcho of them all. And I'm sorry, I've gone around in circles. The banging really threw me. But though I go around in circles anyway. So there's Tokusatsu Spider-Man. It's a Japanese guy, not Peter Parker. He doesn't get bit by a radioactive spider. He gets a blood transfusion from a alien. It heals him and gives him some special powers. Oh, remember I was saying that he could hear a voice calling him? That was the alien communicating with him. The guy's got a very, I guess, potent but limited form of telepathy. He's psychic, but no one can hear him. Only one person can hear him, the main guy. And he could psychically communicate with his ship, but that's probably because he built it to be able to receive it. So yeah, he's psychic powers that could call the ship back from wherever else in the solar system he had sent it. But he can't communicate liberally with like anyone he wants. He can only communicate with the main guy, which led him to calling the main guy brother because of their connection, or something like that. It's not just, they may have just met, but the fact that he can actually psychically communicate with him, it makes it so much more. So yeah, doesn't get bit by radioactive spider, gets blood transfusion from the last son of Planet Spider. And he's going off fighting aliens. They dispatch a different monster a week and this kind of thing. There is actually a bit of a funny story in it where he finds a random kid that had stumbled onto a spider plot and gotten injured. So he brings the kid to the hospital, but the kid's really messed up. They can't save him. So he's like, fuck it, and gives the kid that transfusion. Since he still has blood in him, he has to give it to the kid to save the kid's life. But the kid has to go into hiding because of that connection. And it's a really tragic moment of them being separated, as they do have this bond now. Here's the thing. He already has a little brother. They already shared blood. They're from the same family. He does not have the same dynamic with his own actual little brother. So it's just like, hey little bro, sorry, I gotta go more, and I've been separated from my other little bro. Doesn't quite play out like that, but it's funny to me. But yeah, it's a good show. I highly recommend it. So that seems the same. Fucking hell. Gonna be honest, the nail guns aren't actually bad. It's either this one or this one is actually kind of a good gun. The nails aren't terrible. I was kind of expecting them to be shit, but they aren't actually bad. A 24% crit chance. So it's almost just below a 1 in 4 chance. 25% will be 4. 1 in 4. Ooh, they added in a new type of nail. That's interesting. Actually, it may have been this gun that was good. I'm not sure. Branded nail gun. Nail gun. Okay, let me take a picture of this. But yeah, sorry for going on in circles about Spider-Man. It just I couldn't remember what I was saying, so I would lose track and I've started again and the pounding. It's hard for me to keep a flow, keep the thing going. So yeah, it's a campy, late 70s. It could be 78. Spider-Man series. It's Tokusatsu series. It is very different to Spider-Man. but it's it's still a solid show. I've rather enjoyed it. I never got to finish it. The bit of where he got separated from that kid was the last one I saw. Um, I remember at the time I'd watched an episode up here. Mum watched it downstairs, but she was having to watch it on. I think she had to watch it for whatever reason. She had to watch it on the TV rather than her monitor, so she couldn't see the subtitles. And so I was like, "Here, look, we'll wait till you get your PC back or something." It was something like this. And when we got it back, we just went back to watching Kamen Rider and not Spider-Man. We kind of forgot about it because we were just like, "Yay, Kamen Rider!" and went back to watching that. But yeah, it was she couldn't see the subtitles for the whole episode, so it was just like there's no point in watching it if you can't make it out. So I think she was still willing to try, but it's like no, we'll wait, we'll rewatch it, and we'll wait till you have a thing again. So I can't remember why the end of the screen was cut off, but to be honest, we hadn't used that TV in ages, so who knows. One, two, three. The pounding is starting again. Like seriously, they're just stomping. I don't know what's wrong with them. Oh yes, civil resistance tech. Wanted to see what the comparison was. Okay. So 12 to 20. This is 10 to 16. The crit damage is on this is 150% to that's 175%. That's range is 4. This range is 3. Ammo per shot is 1 or 1. No, is either 1 or 3. This only fires 1. So this has a burst fire versus this is 1. Reload duration is the same, accuracy is the same, and scatter is the same. Both are silenced. That one is lighter. So this gun, the gun from Civil Resistance, is both weaker on most fronts and heavier by 20.20 by 0.20 kg. So yeah, if you, it's branded for a reason, It's high quality stuff. Ooh, elite knife. Oh, that's the SMG that I had before, I think. No, I think it's just MG. Hmm. My God, it's nearly 9 o'clock at night. It's 11 minutes to 9, and they're just like pounding. Like, what the fuck? And again, it's not like they're an upstairs neighbor where I can hear them walking around. They're a horizontal neighbor, and I can hear them walking around. That's worse. If they're above my head, that'll be one thing. We're sharing a ceiling, sharing a floor. But we're not. And here's the thing. Here's the kicker. When they start stomping, I can sometimes feel it in the bed. Mum can feel it in the floor downstairs. because they don't know how to walk and close doors like human beings. It's just like Hulk smash. It's just like, for fuck's sake. I may actually be able to do that gig. Nope. I've just missed it. Okay, let's do something to spite this crowd. Start traveling. I can just do it.